Hello and welcome to Examshala. Today in this video, we are going to see some important news and editorial of 2nd of June 2021. But before getting started, kindly do like, share, subscribe our channel on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook and Telegram. You can also download our applications from the Play Store. In the store section, you can visit for interesting courses like SBI Clerk, RRBPO, Group D exams, GPSC, UPSC, other banking examinations, where you will be getting some important free demo classes, free study materials and PDF, free mock test, live classes and online doubt solving session. So kindly be a part of this wonderful journey in the preparation of government exams and make Examshala your a better companion. Let us move on to the main video. First article is related to the sedition. So sedition, you might have heard in the news, there has been a continuous debate about this use and misuse of sedition. So we'll deal with sedition, जिसे हिंदी में राजद्रोह भी कहते हैं. Recently the UP government पे एक report आई थी that they are being using seditions like any other law. ठीक है, there has been a regular basis use of sedition. राजद्रोह का sedition का जब चाहे मनमाने ढंग से use हो रहा है और basically it is getting used as a political tool to silence the opposition. Whoever criticizes the government, be it media particles or any other particles, they have been charged with the sedition law. And recently the law commission, or especially the Allahabad court, has granted a negative comment regarding the sedition, especially for the Uttar Pradesh and other cases. So we'll discuss what is sedition. So as per the word sedition, there is two things that you have to understand. The Indian constitution, भारत में जो कानून है वो दो चीज़ों से चलता है, that is Indian Penal Code, IPC. So whatever the criminal procedure code, whatever the penalties, whatever the problems or whatever the penalties have been given, it is given on the basis of Indian Penal Code. भारत में जो भी दंड दिए जाते हैं, whatever the crimes, offences, किस धारा में क्या क्राइम होगा क्या नहीं होगा, उस पर किस तरह की चार्जेस लगेंगे, किस तरह की पेनल्टी देगी, that all is decided by the Indian Penal Code, जो कि later 1860s में आया था, which was basically a brainchild of Thomas Macaulay. So Thomas Macaulay, who was a lawyer, but the special about him is he actually never attended any court session. He was a graduated lawyer, but he never attended any court session. यानी कि एकमात्र ऐसे लॉयर थे जिन्होंने कभी कोर्ट कंडीशन और कोर्ट सेशंस अटेंड ही नहीं किया, और उन्हीं की, and that is why the Karnama is they have decided, or he was the main prominent figure in deciding the Indian Penal Code, और जिसमें they included Article 124A, sedition. Or you might have seen the modern history of modern India and the national independence and national freedom struggle. This article was the most used articles to capture, to jail the freedom fighters, especially Tilak, Satyendranath Banerjee, Savarkar and etc. and lot more. So what this law actually basic means is, it says whoever by words, either by spoken or written, यानी कि कथित रूप से या फिर लिखित रूप से कोई भी व्यक्ति अगर कोई अटेम्प्ट करता है टू ब्रिंग इनटू द हेट्रेड और एक्सरसाइजेस और अटेम्प्ट्स टू डिससेटिस्फैक्शन टुवर्ड द गवर्नमेंट, यानी कि सरकार के खिलाफ हेट्रेड, dissatisfaction and a feeling of violent nature and feeling of cruelty against the government, if someone is spreading, that is known as the sedition. And it has both two cases, that is it may consider fine. If you are charged in the sedition case, you may have to suffer a jail term or a fine or both. So this is the legal aspect of sedition. What is sedition? So basically there are two important points. First is by whoever, so by words or written or spoken, whether it's by speech or by writing, wants to or attempts to bring hatred, contempt or excites, attempts the dissatisfaction towards the government, यानी सरकार के खिलाफ किसी भी तरह के डिससेटिस्फैक्शन, डिसअफेक्शन, नफरत, लोगों में सरकार के प्रति नफरत फैलाना, लोगों को सरकार के प्रति भड़काना, which may turn into violent repression, is known as sedition under Article 124A, which was basically a commission was settled, and the law commission, the first law commission under 1834, which later gave its recommendation, and finally in 1862 under the recommendation of Thomas Benjamin Macaulay, the Indian Penal Code was established. And in that penal code, there are two sections. One is Criminal Procedure Code and another Civil Procedure Code. So in that Criminal Procedure Code, CRPC 124A is regarded as the law for sedition. Now The Supreme Court recently has said that the governments are actually misusing it. So be it Allahabad High Court, Gujarat High Court, and in the recent case, the Supreme Court was hearing the Andhra case, a case in Andhra Pradesh where two journalists were imprisoned under the sedition case. So under hearing this case, the Supreme Court has given a harsh comment that they are actually using it as a remit, that is to use as a political tool for the sedition law, and they are remitted with a different kind of law. So आर्टिकल 124A जो है वो सेडिशन से डील करता है, और रिसेंटली अभी हाल ही के जो लीगल कंडीशन अगर हम देखेंगे तो इसके खिलाफ सेडिशन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल है या नहीं है, इज इट इज अगेन आर्टिकल 19 ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. इस पर ऑलरेडी देयर हैज़ बीन अ केस वर्किंग इन द कंडीशन, दैट इज the Krishnachandra Vakingam and Kanhaiya Lal Shukla case that has been pending before the Supreme Court, and it is going to decide that whether sedition is constitutional or unconstitutional, and based on that there has been going to be a decision making process. Now ऑलरेडी जब उसकी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनलिटी पर क्वेश्चन चल रहा है तो कायदे से और ट्रेडिशनली और इवन लीगली इट शुड बी a moral guiding light for the different governments to stop using seditions. Why? Because this law is very basically under the constitutional privilege. So constitutional bench में there has been a challenge in the constitutionality. किसी लॉ की संवैधानिकता पर अगर चैलेंज किया जा रहा है तो उस लॉ को यूज़ करना वैसे भी मोरली करेक्ट नहीं है, बट स्टिल द गवर्नमेंट आर टेंड टू यूज़ irrespective of party lines, irrespective of states, irrespective of regions. Every governments are using this as a political right or as a right against their any kind of criticism. So whomsoever is criticizing the government is being targeted with this article 124A of sedition. Article 124 of the IPC penalizes as punishable. So sedition के दो तरह के charges होते हैं. Either it is a punishable, that is you might have to be in jail, and second you might have to pay a huge fine, or in severe cases is a jail with a fine. और रिसेंटली 1962 का जो केस मुद्दे में आया है, और उस केस की रूलिंग कुछ सम ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट सपोर्टर्स आर गिविंग दैट इन 1962 सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया वाज लिसनिंग टू केदारनाथ केस एक्चुअली मेंटेन्ड द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल वैलिडिटी. सो एक केस जो कन्हैया लाल शुक्ला एंड कृष्णचंद्र वागेरम हैज़ बीन पेंडिंग इन द सुप्रीम कोर्ट विच चैलेंजेस द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनलिटी, लेकिन 1962 में एक और केस में Supreme Court of India has actually made that sedition is constitutional, but he upheld that constitutional validity, but at the same time they also said that it should not be misused and the motive behind its use should always be checked by the lower courts. And this is the very point where the point of contention lies कि हो गया रहा है कि the state governments are using it with an ulterior motive. ठीक है, अपने हितों के हिसाब से, अपने पॉलिटिकल एजेंडा के हिसाब से दे आर यूजिंग इट. 1962 में भले ही सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने उसे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बताया हो, बट देर इज़ अ कैप ऑन इट, एंड दैट कैप इज़ देर शुड नॉट बी अ मिसयूज. द कोर्ट हेल्ड दैट अनलेस अगर कोई इंसाइटमेंट या वायलेंस, यानी कि कोई भड़काऊ भाषण नहीं हुआ या किसी हिंसा को भड़काना या फिर कोई आर्म्ड स्ट्रगल को भड़काने जैसी बात नहीं कही गई, तब तक कि सरकार का क्रिटिसिज्म कभी भी सिटीजन के रूप में नहीं आएगा. सो दिस इज़ अ क्लियर जजमेंट गिवन इन द सुप्रीम कोर्ट, बट दिस जजमेंट हैज़ नेवर बीन एक्सेप्टेड एंड लॉट ऑफ सेडिशन केसेस आर बीइंग फाइल्ड, एंड स्पेशली द लोअर कोर्ट्स, जो कि कहीं ना कहीं ये देखा जा रहा है कि द लोअर कोर्ट्स आर कंटिन्यूइंग टू वर्क अंडर द प्रेशर डायरेक्ट और इनडायरेक्ट ऑफ द रिसेंट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स विच डू नॉट validates the case and directly awards the sedition charges, and that is why it is a very severe condition at the lower level, that even if the Supreme Court had said that yes, sedition may be constitutional, but unless and until it is specifically inciting violence, so dissatisfaction हो या ना हो, अगर जब तक कि आप गवर्नमेंट के खिलाफ हिंसा भड़काने का कोई भाषण नहीं देते, you are not promoting any kind of violent activity against the state or in the society, you will never be charged with citizens even if you are criticizing the government, because in a democracy criticism is a very part of the democracy. Opposition is the party, or the main task of opposition is just to criticize the government, and that is why you cannot file a sedition cases for criticizing a government, and this was the rule, this was a judgment in 1962 cases. But in recent case there is still a constitutional bench is going to monitor कि ये क्या ये law, is this law a constitutional valid, is this law is having a contempt or is having a contempt on the right, article 19, right to freedom of speech. Okay, so this law is still pending, and one judgment in 1962 maintained its validity, but it said that only when it calls for violence or violent armed struggle, then it will be charged under the category of sedition, unless it will be a criticism, and there will be no charge for simple and plain criticism. Now, अब इसका जो बैकग्राउंड वो समझिए, द NCRB डेटा, नेशनल क्राइम रिकॉर्ड डेटा ने अब बताया है कि 100 में से if 100 sedition cases are filed, only 3.3% is the conviction rate. यानी कि 3.3 cases out of 100, that is even less than 4. Or if you take as an average, only 3 people out of 100 are actually inciting violence or actually charged, उनको दोषी पाया जाता है. बाकी के 97% लोग अंडर ट्रायल रहते हैं, दे आर acquitted. But the only thing is, before getting acquitted, they have to spend a long number of time into the jail before applying any bail petition. So bail मिलने के लिए, क्योंकि लोअर कोर्ट तो उन्हें बेल देते ही, okay, so they have been charged and till the process get under trial, जब तक कि वो under trial रहती हैं, they are not allowed bail, because sedition में there is very difficult condition to get bail. Bail conditions are very difficult to get, and that is why they have to spend a significant amount of time in the jail during the under trial period, and that is what is seen as a punishment to the journalist or the opposition leaders or the social workers who speaks in against the governments or the government policies or their programs as well. So this has been seen a very dramatic and a very severe trend in a democracy like India, where criticism is not taken in a healthy mood. Especially we have seen the Uttar Pradesh case, recently the Andhra case. Many of the journalists are just put behind under the sedition law when they are criticizing the government. And the real problem is, even if they get acquitted after, but before getting acquitted, their 2-3 months they have to spend in jail, and that acts as a deterrence कि अगर किसी ने दोबारा किया तो फिर से उसको सेडिशन में दे देंगे, और फिर से बिना एक्विटेड के they will have to be 2-3 months into the jail, and then all court procedures, trials, running cases. Okay, you cannot go outside of the area, you cannot go outside of the state. All these things continue, and this acts as a punishment as well as deterrence, that अगली बार कोई दोबारा करने से पहले ये 3 बार 4 बार सोचे that if you are going to criticize the government, what is going to happen with you, and this is not good for healthy democracy. And this सुप्रीम कोर्ट की जो फ्रेश एग्जामिनेशन आई है कि हम सेडिशन को फिर से रिविजिट करेंगे, सेडिशन का मिसयूज हो रहा है, दिस विल प्रोवाइड अ वे टू द स्टेट हाई कोर्ट्स एज वेल एज द लोअर कोर्ट्स टू वॉच प्रॉपरली दैट इफ this law is being misused, and to check the constitutionality of this law and to make it more and more severe so that it cannot be misused. Because in a vibrant democracy like India, the seditions like cause which were a colonial legacy, जो कि एक ब्रिटिशर्स उपनिवेशवादी ताकतों के, दिस वाज द लॉ एज अ पावर ऑफ रिप्रेशन, हमारे इंडियंस के फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल को दबाने के लिए जो लॉ यूज़ कर रहे थे, वी आर स्टिल यूजिंग दैट लॉ. सो दिस इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी हेल्पफुल, इज नॉट क्रिएटिंग अ हेल्दी इमेज ऑफ द इंडियन डेमोक्रेसी, बिकॉज वी आर ट्राइंग टू curtail the voices. And in a democracy, everyone has the power to vote, everyone has power to write, and everyone has power to as well as criticize the government unless they afflict or incite violence. Next article is again related to polity and legal issues, that what are the legal issues. Mehul Choksi has been arrested from Antigua. Now उसको भारत लाने में what are the legal issues? Okay, why there has been a delay and what are the legal issues, we will discuss one by one. First is, he is not an Indian citizen. Why he is not an Indian citizen? Because the Indian citizen law clearly says that any citizen of India, by any other process, if he acquires citizenship of any other country, भारत का कोई एक नागरिक किसी भी तरह से वहाँ रहने से, रजिस्ट्रेशन से या किसी भी और तरीके से अगर किसी दूसरे देश की सिटीजनशिप, जैसे ही the moment it accepts the citizenship of any other country, he is no more the citizen of India. And when a person is no more a citizen of India, he cannot be charged against the Indian law unless he has committed a crime in the Indian soil and he has been arrested on the Indian soil. That is the very basic difference, and इसीलिए the Antiguan properties are saying the legal teams of the Choksi or the Antigua government, the protesting party or the lawyers will say that Choksi की legal team ने ये कहा है कि this jeweler was not arrested, actually he was not fleeing, वो एंटीगुआ से भाग नहीं रहा था, उसे किडनैप किया गया है. सो ही हैज़ बीन किडनैप्ड बाय द इंडियन अथॉरिटीज यूजिंग अ हनी ट्रैप. सो ही हैज़ बीन abducted and this is the very basic problem in it. So he was not fleeing, actually Choksi was an Antiguan citizen, so he acquired a citizenship in 2017, and the moment he acquires a citizenship of Antigua, he is a citizen of Antigua, he is no more a citizen of India, and then all the rights to charge, to punish, to run trial on Mehul Choksi comes to the Antigua government, not Indian government. So this is the point. जो मेहुल चोक्सी के लॉयर हैं वो कह रहे हैं कि भारत सरकार उसे लेके नहीं जा सकती है क्योंकि वो एक एंटीगुअन नागरिक है और उन पर सरकार या कोई अगर दोषी भी है तो उन पर कार्रवाई होगी एज पर द रूल ऑफ द एंटीगुअन गवर्नमेंट, नॉट बाय द इंडियन गवर्नमेंट. ऑल्सो देयर इज़ नो एग्रीमेंट बिटवीन एंटीगुआ एंड इंडिया टू एक्सचेंज द प्रिजनर्स. सो कोई प्रत्यर्पण नीति नहीं है. देयर इज़ नो एक्सपार्टेशन ट्रीटी बिटवीन एंटीगुआ और इंडिया. सो एंटीगुआ कैन नॉट सेंड Mehul Choksi to India because there is no law against it. But what the Indian sides are saying? Indian sides are saying that Interpol has issued a red notice. So he is an international criminal. Okay, so there will be a point proven in the Antiguan cases that he might be an Antiguan citizen, but there has been a notice of Interpol. International police has already issued a red corner notice for this person. Second, he has acquired the Antiguan citizen, the ulterior motive. ठीक है, खराब उद्देश्य से, गलत उद्देश्य से उसने एंटीगुआ की सिटीजनशिप एक्वायर की है, and this point can be proven in the Antiguan court by saying that the moment he went out of the India, जिस तरह से उसने स्कैम करके बाहर गया, तो the very reason for getting Antiguan citizenship was to get away from the Indian crime, and he is a fugitive. He is a repeated offender and a fugitive and an economic fugitive. And इस तरह के क्रिमिनल को आपके देश जो है सिटीजनशिप नहीं दे सकती because it is not in the interest of your country. So these points can be put by Indian side, and so it feels in a stronger manner. Now it is for their court to decide whether to grant the citizenship, where to hold. जो एंटीगुअन सिटीजनशिप है मेहुल चोक्सी की, क्या उसे वैलिड करार देना है या उसे इनवैलिड करार देते हुए दे नीड टू एक्सपेट्रिएट, भारत को सौंपने की तैयारी करनी है. दिस इज इन द हैंड ऑफ द एंटीगुअन कोर्ट अथॉरिटी. व्हाट आर द इंडियन 2 points? द 2 points आर वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग. फर्स्ट इज द इंटरपोल रेड कॉर्नर नोटिस, और क्योंकि उसको इंटरपोल ने नोटिस दिया है, सो इज एन इंटरनेशनल क्रिमिनल, एंड बिफोर अटेस्टिंग द नोटिस he is going to be sent by the Indian. He has committed a crime, and Antigua and India are friends, so they might exchange, though there is not a treaty, but keeping a goodwill, rule of law, social justice, natural justice. Okay, because the concept of justice is justice should not always be done. न्याय होते हुए भी दिखना चाहिए, न्याय होना भी होना चाहिए, और न्याय हो रहा है वो दिखना भी चाहिए. दैट इज जस्टिस शुड ऑल्सो बी सीन टू बी डन. एंड दिस इम्पैक्ट, अगर आप अभी इस व्यक्ति को एंटीगुअन सिटीजनशिप देकर इंडिया जाने से मना कर देते हैं, तो दिस विल क्रिएट अ रॉन्ग प्रेसिडेंट. इट विल मेक एंटीगुआ एज अ हब or a heaven for such kind of offenders. Your country will feel of such kind of offenders, and this will clear a wrong precedent in the country, and this is why you need to violate or you need to cancel the citizenship of Mehul Choksi, so that and they will have to return it to India. These are the points will be taken. There is another issue of passport. So Indian Passport Act says कि जिस तरह से जैसे ही आपने इंडियन सिटीजनशिप छोड़ दी, आपको अपना पासपोर्ट अगर है तो नियरेस्ट इंडियन काउंसुलेट में एक्सेप्ट करवाना होगा. अगर आप वहाँ नहीं जमा कराते हैं अपना पासपोर्ट, तो आपके खिलाफ कानूनी कार्रवाई हो सकती है. और यही चीज़ भी हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज मेहुल चोक्सी ने ऐसा कहा कि हमने पासपोर्ट इंडियन काउंसुलेट में भिजवा दिया था, बट रिसेंटली देयर हैज़ बीन न्यूज़ दैट इंडियन काउंसुलेट हैज़ नेवर रिसीव्ड दैट पासपोर्ट. सो मेहुल चोक्सी पर इस नियम के तहत भी कार्रवाई हो सकती है, एंड दैट इज़ वाई द इंडियन पॉइंट्स आर लुकिंग स्ट्रॉन्ग, बट स्टिल इट इज़ इन द हैंड ऑफ द एंटीगुअन courts and Antiguan judicial system to decide whether to grant his citizenship, whether to terminate his citizenship, and to send him to India to create a equal precedence and mark a rule of law and a rule of nature. This was all for today's news. Stay home, stay safe, get vaccinated. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, Jai Hind.